good? Okay, there we go. My name is Michaela. Everyone actually calls me Hundi or Hundo. It's actually amusing. Changed my name, and it really didn't matter because no one called me that for like a decade, so it was actually kind of nice in that regard. But I guess my truth is really not so nice. What happened to me was actually pretty brutal, but today it's kind of ironic that it came full circle today with the company that everything happened with. I gave Founders Brewing Company 5 years of my life. I played music there every week, and I gave them 3 years of my life employed. And what actually ended up unfolding, incredibly unfortunate. I was outed behind my back to the entire company. It went through like wildfire. It was in the course of 1 or 2 days that after years with this company, the respect that I had there was gone. And I was getting sexually harassed on a daily basis. A lot of it by employees that were in the back. I had a few taproom employees that were still trying to be courteous to me, but it was very evident that something had changed, the whole dynamic. And what ended up happening is after 6 months of that and a pretty violent sexual assault, I ended up reporting it to our general manager and HR, who proceeded to tell me that they had my back and that this was never going to happen, and to tell them, you know, who did it, what happened, whole 9 yards. And you know, they told me that they had my back, but then they actually buried the knife in it. And so it turned out to be something where not only did they go above and beyond to refute every single claim that I made, they actually tried to smear me as racist, sexist, and aggressive, and they literally made up stories about how I used racial slurs at the door to just try and roll me under the bus, and then find a legal loophole that they could fire me. And I ended up having to call in Michigan Department of Civil Rights, and it turned into a federal investigation with Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. They lied to the investigators the entire time. And I've spent the last 1.5 years dealing with a battle against Founders that, unfortunately, because the person who sexually assaulted me was someone that I dated for like 2 weeks, they literally wrote it off and they said it didn't matter at all. And so my case was a little bit muddy because they found a way to basically smear it in their favor. And they did everything they could, and even to this day. They made a post today about how they're proud to fly the trans flag. And I'll admit, I went after them the first time that they hung that because I was so absolutely beyond myself that they even had the audacity to do that. But what it actually turns out, I found out 2 days ago, I mean literally after this long, this was December 2017 that this happened, I found out 2 days ago that that flag was actually put up. That was an employee demand, that there were a handful of people that actually stood up and said something, and the company flew that flag because of what had happened to me, but no one bothered to tell me. And so I had no clue that that was actually the one kind of act of graciousness that had come out of the whole thing. But now it's kind of come full circle. But I guess what the positive thing of this, it's been a heck of a trip, but today I got a message from Gracie Harkema, who is their new head of diversity over there, and she sent me a message. She's like, I want you to come in and I want to hear everything that happened here. Like, this is my top priority right now. And so it's, you know, like I said, it's a long time to come full circle, but if anyone else has been through that kind of thing, stick with it. I mean, it eventually will come in your favor if you just kind of keep your head up with it, and you got to keep going at it with love. And that's really all I've been trying to do. I mean, I still say what I got to say about them, but I'm not trying to attack them. I guess if there's one lesson I could give you guys out of this, stand your ground, but eventually we'll get there. I mean, that's really all I can say. It's just not as quick as we would like. The gratification is not instant. There's going to be some stumbles on the way, no doubt, but you know, that's I guess the positive way I can spin this. It's come full circle, and as a result, I'm out now. You know what I mean? I never would have come out if that hadn't happened. Honestly, it was something that I thought I was going to take to the grave. So on some level, I have to kind of see that and almost thank them. So, you know, that's about all I really got for you guys.